Hey, welcome. How you doing, Goddess? Oh boy. Okay, I'm getting a little loud up in here. Hey, Sabrina Suburban Garden, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. Excuse me. Just got off work about an hour and a half ago. Let's see. Yeah, get this going. Make sure we select the right setup. Whew, I could fall asleep, guys. I'm doing okay, Goddess. A little tired after work. But I'm gonna try and get some of this work done. I was being lazy and didn't do any at work, but then again, I was stationed at a desk where it's a little bit busier. So we're getting clicks and cracks. I think I heard something. Well, yeah, I was being lazy, didn't bother trying to do anything other than make a few shorts and watch YouTube. You might need some coffee. You're working double time. Yeah, I want to. I had my thermos full this morning, and then I bought a coffee in the cafeteria. So trying to keep it limited. I thought about it almost. Not that I'm worried about staying up late or anything, because I can pretty much fall asleep whenever. I can drink a cup of coffee before I go to bed and not have any issues falling asleep for the most part. Alright, just trying to put some little highlights on these trees here. This scene we were working on this offline as well as online, but we're getting those trees in there. So how's your day going, Goddess? Are you outside? It is hot and muggy. It's like a sauna outside here. Hardcore coffee tolerance, yeah. I don't know if I could probably drink it black, but I wouldn't want to. Now that's hardcore. Okay, we're getting some highlights in there, keeping it on the right side of these trees. I don't really have a brush I thought would work the best for this, so I'm kind of making do with this weird kind of splotchy thing. And right now it's set for eraser, so it's erasing with the same pattern. It's a tiring day for sure. I almost just started a gaming stream. I was like, no, you gotta stay on top of this. You already got to play a little bit, working on that still life. Stay focused. Because what is it right now? The 26th. We got 5 more days left in July. So I got about 20 days, give or take a day. So, yes. It might be a lot of copying and pasting and adjusting. Because there's a few scenes with trees and the lake in the background. I'm thinking once they see how many pages are pretty much the same scene, we might want to change it up. So I'm glad you're doing this. I find it very interesting. Hey, thank you. I'm glad somebody's getting something out of this. So you taking it easy, Dot Goddess? Just relaxing on a Sunday. Relaxing on a Sunday afternoon. Ooh. Okay, just kind of doing a cone shape. Uh-oh, this one got away from us a little bit. I'm gonna have to add a little more. A little cone shape. Especially when you tell us what you're doing. For instance, I was wondering how you made 5E pattern, and you explained it because I can't follow the prompts easily. Yeah, I'm excited about this. Your still life. Oops. You working on another one, or you? It was supposed to say tree pattern. Yeah. This is built up. We got for this front line. We have the yellow layer. Where is it? Yellow layer. We have this dark layer, and I use this same brush to kind of um, erase the right side, so it gave it that kind of splotchy pattern. But then you can see the dark green doesn't quite match up with the other layer underneath. So that's that layer. Then there's this flat kind of yellowish lighter green. And then I did the tree trunks, Need to make sure some of that stuff kind of shows through because you can't really see it, but this is. And then there's a soft layer here, and then there's this lighter green layer. I think that was it. Yep. So that's quite a few layers. And there's this layer in the background, which turn the opacity down to 75, so it gives it a little bit of atmospheric uh, quality. Okay, what's that? Oh yeah, and I did kind of a layer inside, so this right here puts it in the layer below it. So whatever shape that is, it pretty much sticks that inside that shape. Let's see what happened to that. Did something go wrong? Yeah, this is what it's supposed to look like. It's just like a dark band, and then that goes right inside there. And there's it. Whoops, undo. And there's this layer, and then another layer that goes inside, like a container, a branch, tree trunks. Next layer. So this layer has to get chewed up a little bit to show some of the tree trunk. There's a dark layer, and there's a yellow layer. Might be too much yellow, but we'll see. It's changing my words. Sorry. No worries. Excited. Yeah, same one. It's going to be the same one for a couple weeks at least. Oh yes, your sneakers and other apparel. Did you say how big that was? Like the dimensions of that one? Excuse me. I had some dill potato chips prior to jumping on. Yeah, we might have to lose some more of the yellow. Shouldn't be this bright, but you kind of get it down to this side. Said it. Oh yeah, you did mention 16 by 20. Sorry, my brain is out to lunch. It's always different how I build these elements, pieces up. I think I did some trees in the very first kids book I did, um, the Little Red Puppy series. I guess I kind of did it like this, but not quite. Oh man, I almost fall asleep right there just drawing. Mine just goes on autopilot. Oh, autopilot. Oh, are we getting more clipping? Oh no. That's That's my fan in the background. That's fascinating, all those layers that go into this. Thank you for showing me. Yeah, I don't necessarily have to do all the layers, but I just start doing stuff and then it ends up being maybe that much. Just trying to get a certain look or feel for these trees. I deserve a nap. No napping until I actually go to bed. I probably could just lay back and take a little 20-minute snooze in the chair here. But if I can get this yellow bit worked out. But I wouldn't want to do that on a live stream. I know there's some people that do sleep streams or whatever. But yeah, I'd rather just end the stream and come back later. But that probably messes with the algorithm that you're creating for your channel. Zato. Mr. Zot. I want to try and come in here. He's already pulling on the door, banging away. He won't stop till I let him in here. Come on, Zah. Come on. You gonna get up on the chair? There's really no place for you to go. He's in the chair for now. I'll give him the back of the chair. Oh no, he wants to be up on the table. Probably right in front of where I'm working. Right, Zach? Should I move the keyboard back so you can get in front of everything? Hey, buddy. Mr. Zato. Hi, buddy. What's up, big boy? Skinny Buster. I gotta sit up straight, put a BRB and take a nap, and then come back, refresh, love her. Yeah, I could. I need to make a break screen where it's just like a cartoon of me and it's like sawing logs, little animation. Just me sitting at the chair. And then if there's a food break, there's one of me eating food. There's one of me petting the cat. There's the bathroom break one. There's the I gotta make coffee. Mr. Za, come here, buddy. Come on. I'm trying to draw. I'm trying to give it some attention. Mr. Attention Seeking Buddy. Maybe he'll just like take a nap or something. You gonna take a nap right there? Yeah. I love your drawing of yourself. Oh, my little avatar. My boy in a deer suit. It's called Buck Boy because he's the original piece was Buck the System, and so he's in the deer outfit. Buck Boy. It's bucking the system through art, one piece at a time. Buck Boy. Maybe I'll do one where he's in a duck suit and call him Duck Boy. I kind of got one I loosely did where it's a boy in a tiger suit. That one I was kind of doing for my brother. He was born in the year of the tiger. I could do Ox Boy since I was born in the year of the ox. Ox Boy. Or just call him Cowboy. He's a cow. Oh, you could see it in his eyes. He's bucking. He's like, screw this place. That piece um, has a story behind it a little bit. Let's just say it's kind of befitting that part of my life. Not necessarily with like the graffiti or whatever, even though I had my moments, but wasn't specifically graffiti related. Like getting clips, pops and clips. Oh, I looked that up and I was getting different answers. January 12th, 19. Yeah, because the new year is the Asian New Year, not what is it, the Gregorian calendar? Is that right? Maybe it's the Lunar New Year. I thought that was in February though. I keep hearing clicking and popping. Hold on a second. Let me reset my earbud. Mr. Z, bro. Z, bro, Z. Z, bro, Z. So I do want to keep. Don't worry, I did time in juvie a weekend. Well, Yeah, I did a little time, but it was a little more than a weekend. Actually, it was just over a year and a week or two. But it was a non-violent crime, and it's uh, kind of stupid compared to what's going on nowadays. Well, if it helps, I lived in a group home for a year. Oh, that would be. Is that kind of like being in a halfway house? I don't know. I've heard of group homes, but I'm not sure like what that actually entails or means. I did the year in 2 weeks, and then when I got out, you just don't get you just don't go straight out to the street. You got to go through the halfway house. So is the group home kind of like a halfway house setting situation? You have to report. You get a case manager, and you have to report to a case manager. It's for homeless children, all female. Oh, okay. People who have no home to go to. So it's yeah. I've known some people that have had been in that situation. I didn't realize that's what a group home was. Though they're more like shelters. Well, we almost got to the end here of this row of trees. I might do a thing where I copy and paste this layer so that if I whatever I more changes I make, if I don't like it, I can always revert back to that particular layer, so it's not completely gone. I do that a lot, just in case. Yeah, and I was thinking of doing one more row of trees in the very back, so that there's like three kind of rows. So that one will be even lighter and more translucent. We kind of want it to look like there's a lot of trees back there, like they're somewhere very removed from any urban setting. Hi, Zato. Zato, 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 Ichi, boy. Zato, 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 Ichi, boy. What's up, buddy? What's up, big boy? What's that? You gonna take a nap too, Zato? You probably been napping all day. During that year, I went to fine art high school, so sometimes I wish I could go back. Oh, while you were in the group home, okay. So, did you go to the fine art high school for um, freshman through senior years, or was it shorter than that? Hi, what's up, Pooh Bear, Pooh Buddy? I'm gonna poo up the place, Mr. Pooh Doodler. Okay, we're gonna duplicate, and then let's move that down here, and then where to go? That. Wait, what is this? Okay, let's move this to. And then this is okay. What's that? What's this? Oh yeah, I duplicated the dark color just in case I wanted to revise that. Okay, there's our. We got that. Let me see about making it a little smaller. Maybe not so bright. You said think it was my second year of high school. I think I had to repeat a year because I wasn't going to school, hence the group home. Ah, yeah, even though I got kind of tired of school, I just continued to go because I didn't know what else, like, really to do. I think I skipped class once, and I was just like, with some friends, and just like we didn't really do anything. We weren't being productive or anything. We were just like doing nothing. So I was like, might as well just stay in class at least and try to pay attention to something. Hey, Elsa, how are you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Joining us in the chat. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for subbing. We're just doing a little work on these book spreads for the Rocky and Bow. So we're doing a forest scene. It looks like I need to fix this dark stuff. I like how this brush, it's like eating away at the layer. It's just kind of eroding it. Hey, Geo Manny. Hola, mister. How are you doing, Geo? Thank you for joining us also in the chat. Hope you're doing well. Hope you and Elisa are doing well today, having a an awesome Sunday, unless it's Monday for you. Some people it's Monday. Some people it's a Monday. What I need to do is do make like these patterns. So like this would be like a sheet of this kind of pattern, and then copy and paste it, and then just kind of adjust it, because it does take quite a bit of time, going over this kind of lightly and trying to get it uh, to a certain point, because I don't want it to be too yellow, but I want it to have some texture to it, like it's kind of like a tree. Nah, it's Sunday evening. Yeah, same here. I am. Are you? Oh, thanks for the emotes. I'm getting some hearts in the chat. Excuse me. Water and dill potato chips. That's what we're. That's what we're rolling on. Dill potato chips. I ate a little bit more than a handful. They're more like crumbs than full-on chips. Getting down to the end of the bag. Crumbs. We got our co-pilot, Zato. He's disappearing now. What you doing, Zah? He doesn't want to hang out up here anymore. So I probably got another good hour before my wife gets off the phone. She works from home and probably want to get some food or something going. Oh, dill potato chips, those sound cool. Yeah, they're not too bad. I wasn't ever growing up much into dill pickles or dill chips, but since my wife was kind of into that stuff, I kind of started to take a liking to it. I do have my sandwich that I took to work today, but I didn't eat. That would actually go really great with the chips, but I don't want to eat it and then not have an appetite for dinner. Okay. We also have an unopened bag of sour cream and onion chips. I don't usually do not much of a snacker. Usually snack a whole lot. Put chips right on the sandwich. Yeah, but the dill ones, they're like the crumbs. I mean, I could. Come on, Vato. I could put them on the sandwich, but they just start falling off. Yeah, he doesn't want to be in my arms. Not like Zilda. What you doing, Zot? What you doing, buddy? Don't go over there. I still have my palette. Whoops. I still have my palette with some paint on it. I thought maybe I would use that paint. Now I see why Nick um, just trashes his paint when he's done. But you want to hang out in front of my pad here. Chips on a sandwich. Yeah. I mean, I'd eat them on the side too. Yeah, we don't need a ton of the yellow. Just need enough. Now the trees in the back, they just kind of stay a little flat. Maybe I could give them a little bit more dimension by adding like maybe a light layer of maybe highlight with this brush. Maybe. He said I have a paint saving box. I love it. It's called Paint in or Box in Paint. Saves it for weeks, and I can just grab and go playing it too. Huh? Is that an actual product, or did you just make it? Did you like just find a box and turn it into this thing? I guess you said it's called Box in Paint, so I'm assuming it's a product that's for purchase. Is it kind of like a wet palette, like acrylic painters use? Except you don't really, not really using water. I'm assuming it just covers, keeps it airtight. I feel like I wouldn't get around to it for like weeks or a month, and then open it up and it'd be like all dried out. But I'd have to check it out. No, it's smaller. I was thinking of just taking all the leftover paint, scraping it together, and then just kind of putting it in a jar or something. So I don't mind having a little collection of muddy colors or whatever. Sometimes it's fun to start painting with that. You kind of get these weird grays or browns, kind of muddy stuff, and I like using that. And then you just add your nice saturated colors on top of that, or do the whole painting with that. So that big painting I was talking about, the one I want to do that's like 5 by 7 or 5 by 6 or maybe even bigger, could possibly be grayscale with hints of color in it. That's because, here, I'll show you guys. Because whoops, no, Procreate. Oh, I also have my Portraits of Corruption. So I got, God damn, I can't remember his name now. Where is it? Something happened to my other file, but it's pretty much this painting. But I did this. Um, I keep wanting to say Keith Haring, and that's not Keith Haring. Grayscale equals missed opportunity. No. It has a sponge where you put clove bud oil on the inside of the lid. Ah, I see. You have to put it in the fridge. I think Nick has mentioned those before. Where'd I put it? Library. I got the fish and the geisha for my mermaid. Where is it? Oh, here's where the. Oh, do I even have it? Oh, I don't have it in this. The book boy was done like these black and white gray pieces. Yeah, here it is. Buck boy. It's Bristol paper. There was like white lunch sack pieces I glued to. There's a um, there's a fortune, and then I used a brush pen and just did the outline, and then a gray oil stick, or not oil stick, oil pastel, and just kind of loosely went over and around. So in the fridge, it lasts longer. I love your drawing for the large work. Thank you. That one is a redoing or retelling of that different composition. Similar elements. I don't know where I put it. It's somewhere in here. Cause it's right here. So this piece I was thinking of doing, and since it was kind of grayscale, but it'd be kind of cool to do a little bit of color. My work is usually very bright, saturated colors. So to do something a little more subdued. Okay, I'll let you out. But you gotta go to the bathroom now. You gotta go potty. You gotta get some water or something. Come here. Come on. Come on, Zach. Zach, go. So I think it would be kind of fun to do this. I don't know how much white. I didn't want to mess this up, so that's as far as I took it, but I probably could have kept going on it. I could do some studies. Yeah, the stork or the not stork. What do you call them? Stork Lake. I got the duck. We got our frogs. There's some frogs in here. Some sea creatures or shadows. We got some fish. Whoops. Gosh dang it. Ah, quit closing that. It's like this crazy one here. Come on, get out of there. Just the mouth. Some eyeballs. Egret, yeah. Egret, or crane. Yeah, crane. Got like this fish kind of thing. I might do some studies for it to see if there are things I add or leave out. We have our now I can't. Now I'm spacing the name of these characters. This with the Oni, it made me think of Louis Jacques David's Death of Marat painting, just because he's in the bathtub. Not quite the same pose, but I just like because there's water in the boat. So he's bailing water into the boat. They're bailing water out of the boat. So I don't know if I'll put a frog getting bailed back into the boat. Thank you. But so that's that, and then there's that version which got a little bit more warped, a little bit more cartoony with our I cannot remember the character. Instead, and this guy's got the bucket on its head instead of bailing. The bucket's just floating in the boat. This one's kind of more Marat like. It's more twisted. The boat is. Then there's this version, which was really loose. And then there's this was more recent, I think. This is kind of more storybook. This one has got the glasses, so I don't know if that's me or what, but I decided to put glasses on it. It's not fully rendered, but you could see I started doing a little bit more texture in the sky. I have to look it up. Who did you say? Louis Jacques? Jacques? I don't know how you say it in French. Jacques David, the French kind of what how would you describe? I don't know if he'd be like a realist. I'd say he was more of a propagandist painter. I'm sure, but uh, yeah, at some point he was like the head of the painting department's not the correct word, but like the head of painting in France at the time. And he painted that famous picture of Napoleon on horseback. What was the Napoleon crossing the Alps or something like that? And the horse is rearing back, and he's uh, pointing pointing the troops or whatever forward. Louis Jacques David. This one's a little less warped, so the boat is kind of twisted a little bit in as far as perspective, because it's kind of like the front end is curving towards away from the viewer, and then the back end is like you're seeing the inside. So there's a little weird kind of cubist perspective thing going on. You found him. Yeah, the death of Marat, Marat. So this one has stars in the sky. There's the moon. The Why can't I remember the name of the creature here? Um, oh, oh well. This one, the frog is getting bailed in, and then you see the legs of a frog getting bailed out. Zato. Oh, he's coming back again. Probably had to take a dump. Now he wants to come back in. Alright. You had to go use the box, the litter box. Hmm. What's going on with you? Come on. Move it, Dad. Okay, move it, Buster. Man, you're clicking on stuff, and I don't want you clicking on stuff. Oh, wait. Are these guys? Come here. One of these has. Oh no, I thought he was smoking a cigarette, but he's just got smoke coming out of his mouth. He's like, I don't remember putting a cigarette in the frog's mouth, but they usually frogs in my pieces usually are accompanied with smoke coming out of their mouths. Okay, is that the only other one? Yeah, and then this is my mermaid piece. It's a little grotesque. There's a few versions of that. Oh, here we go. This one's a little more like kawaii, like you can see the guys pulling it um, on the cart. Wasn't there another version? Nope. I think there was only two versions. So yeah, the boat. Wait, I thought I had a different title. I was going to ask if you ever did a mermaid. Yep, my version of the mermaid is just the face, just kind of like uh, some versions of the Japanese mermaid. It's just the face on the goldfish body or carp body or whatever. But I'm trying to work out that composition still. I don't know. This one, okay, it's a little cutesy. This one, I kind of like the perspective. The the cart and the fellow in the front kind of remind me of Van Gogh a little bit. And I kind of want the face to look a little more natural along with the fish body. Uh, uh. But yeah, there are those two compositions. This uh, Hilde Lynn Helfenstein, aka Jerry Gagosian. Um, I don't know if I'll go with this version of the Portrait of Corruption, but it might be because you get her eye, and it's kind of like a pinwheel effect. The way the different sections go, but this is for the big. Um, is it the what? I can't remember. 36 by 40 or 32 by 40 canvas that I have ready to go, and this will be done in oil. So this will go with the other four portraits of corruption I have. The pink line will not be in there. That's just in there for cutting up purposes. Cut up the image, and then uh, Dave, is it David? David Hockney. That's right. That's why I was thinking Herring, but it's Hockney. I'm gonna do one of him, but these first three um, uh, are the cut up strips, but the files are so large I could only have like a third of it in the file, so I had to break it up into three sections. And then, did I do? These are all horizontal. I don't know if I'll do vertical. I could do vertical after I situate or organize all the horizontal pieces. But yeah, but I gotta build the frame for the David Hockney, and I don't know if probably keep it about the same size as the Hildy Lynn Helfenstein portrait. This one was her. It was like a full body sitting in a chair. She has a portrait of, I think, a portrait she did of herself when she was younger. This one would be kind of crazy to do. But then I'm like, well, all the other portraits are just headshots. Because I have one of Andy Warhol. I have one of Jean-Michel Basquiat. I have Keith Haring, and then Joseph Beuys. Um, um, then I have another one, which is of this Japanese poet. Now I can't remember his name, but it's only just this the start of just like kind of a grayscale. But they're all headshots, so I figure, well, I might as well just zoom in and do the headshot. But who knows? Maybe one day I will do a version that's smaller squares, bigger canvas, but smaller squares. These two I might paint a little looser because the other four are very much more photorealistic, but they're all done in oil paint. And then I got more of the line abstract line stuff for two panels that are from my aunt and uncle. This was I don't know, I gotta work it out. So they're two separate panels, but it'd be nice to make it so that they can kind of go together as like a diptych, or they can be displayed on their own. We'll see. I got quite a few things in the works. Which one? Can you see those? What the other portraits of corruption? I don't know if I have them in my. Let's see. Portfolio. Come on, you. It should be in here. Here's the Andy Warhol. It's a little blurry. This was the very first portrait of corruption. The artist portrait. I can't remember if this was a picture he took of himself or somebody else. This one's okay. The picture itself was grayscale, so I just kind of left it that way. But the color palette is pretty much titanium white, and then um, the quinacridone, lemon yellow, and cerulean blue. But I think it was a cerulean hue, so that's all I used to make this portrait. That's why it's kind of weird. But I did the same thing only because his was grayscale. I couldn't get. Um, Here's John Michelle using the same color palette, but him, Boys, and Herring were all done from the Andy Warhol Polaroids that he took of them. Hey Tim, welcome, welcome, welcome. And that's the Basquiat, and then here's the Joseph Boys. This one, his skin is very visually textured because the way I was like so zoomed in on the digital uh, digital reference of the Polaroid. So there's some redundancy there, but I think because of the scale, because I tried to get the largest digital version I could of the Polaroid. I think there's some the skin texture, and this is not a very good picture because it's like it's all fuzzy. Um, It's because of the little building blocks, the digital blocks that make up the image. But I rendered it a little bit more organically because of my hand. I think it's the same with herring, and it's more pronounced in the actual. You can see like these little shapes. It's almost like man, I'm always forgetting my artist names. The guy that did the big portrait faces. Um, he ended up in the wheelchair. I think he died like I don't know, good 6 years ago, maybe 8 years ago. Chuck Close. I remember the first time I saw an actual Chuck. I think the Minneapolis Institute of Art has his big self portrait hanging, and that's the first time I've seen uh, an actual Chuck Close painting, and that was done in the I don't know 70s or something. And you look at it, you see how he rendered it, and it's like, wow, it looks way more detailed, in photos. But then you see how it's rendered in person. It's like, oh, it's definitely a painting. Oh, and the Basquiat is less that way for some reason. I don't know if it was because of his skin tone, but it has less of that digital. Because herring, you could see how my hand rendered it. But yeah, all there could be some glare too on some of those. So those are the four portraits. Whoops, of corruption. Um, Yukio Mishima, that's the Japanese poet slash actor, writer, activist. Uh, he's actually the fifth. I have it started. It's a little bit bigger than these. These are all. I think this was 16 by 20, so the same as what you're doing now. Got dot goddess. These are 30. No, um, 18 by 24. So the three portraits, Basquiat, Herring, and Boys, 18 by 24, 16 by 24, Warhol. Yukio, the Mishima one is, it could be 18 by 24, but I think it's a little bit bigger. Tim, sorry, I've been missing these questions or these comments. I love that Andy Warhol. That's so cool. Salvatore Dali. I could do a Dali because he's also been an influence, and I'm not sure. Maybe Warhol. Maybe there's a Polaroid of Dali by Warhol that I could use. Because those Warhol portraits aren't too bad. I think they were taken to be used in in that magazine he had of his. I'll have to look and see if I can find something. Because I would do a dolly. I would mainly like all my influences. So that'd be so many portraits, and then just corrupt them all. Hey, you tried to juice it? Yeah, I think I remember you mentioning that, and I can't remember which place you went to. It wasn't Matt's bar, right? Or was it Matt's bar? because Matt's Bar is the original Juicy Lucy. But then there's the what 308. There's some other places in like St. Paul or whatever that do the Juicy Lucy. I thought I saw like a vegan version of the Juicy Lucy. I'm like, how does that work? I've also done regular portraits, like this old portrait of Bob Marley. I don't like how the smoke is rendered. It's a little bit more stylized. I think I think his face got like squeezed a little bit, so it's taller than uh, or it's less wide than it should be, but it's pretty close. And that was also kind of grayscale, but I added a little bit of color into the gray. Again, I mixed. I think I was using that same titanium white, quinacridone magenta, lemon yellow, and cerulean blue color palette. I don't think I used anything darker than that. There's that. Um, I don't know if I have all my paintings in here. I don't think I have all my work in here. I thought this portfolio had everything I did. Oh, I did this dog portrait. It's my brother's old dog, King. That's done in oil. The photo's been kind of compressed and stuff, so but you can see the brush marks that make up the painting. The collar, I like the collar. It almost kind of looks like a watercolor a little bit. But yeah, the digital compressions kind of mess this up. You like the Marley and the smoke? To me, it looks accurate. Yeah, I just because when I was painting it, looking at the picture for so long against um, the reference, I know that it's slightly squoze a little bit, just slightly, and the skin tone is a little funny to me now because you know it was all grayscale and then I added a little bit of it's almost like yellowish because those were all done around the same time. This was a commission. They wanted uh, their child. Some friends wanted their child's portrait. I thought it was a strange photo reference that they wanted painted. And I was like, sure, I'll do it. I try to keep it a little bit more loose and not quite um, Lucian Freud esque, but the color palette almost seems like that. Um, this was probably this is a very early portrait I did of me and my brother. Those are probably done mid 90s. It might have been done before I moved out of my dad's place when I was 23. Can't remember what year that was. Does it say? No, it won't, because it's been duplicated so many times. But yeah, it's almost mask-like, like my face. I'm on the left and my brother's on the right. My face is almost mask-like. Thanks, Tim. You were in Roseville, Minnesota. Yeah, Roseville's like north. It's northeast of northeast Minneapolis. I know Roseville. Do you know the place? A lot of Somalis. Um, you mean a lot of Somalis live in Roseville or the restaurant? Fantastic collar. Thank you. Oh, that dog reminds you of your dog? Oh, yeah. One of the few pet portraits I've done. That's a 336 by 48-inch portrait. This here was like 24, maybe 2 foot by 2 foot, maybe 18 by 18. But yeah, all these photos are terrible. But it's very loose. It's on wood. I didn't gesso the wood, so it's got the wood texture showing through. But I made it because it's from a Polaroid. The frame I made it looks like the border of a Polaroid, and then it has a plexiglass, um, instead of glass. It has plexiglass, and it's broken in one corner because when I try to shove it into the frame, it didn't fit, and it cracked the plexiglass in that little corner, and the piece went missing. And I'm like, well, I guess it is what this is, the full piece. Um, this was a very early portrait of my mom from a photo that my dad took. I think this was when they were in Japan. I added the branch with the flowers and then the snake. Again, very bad photo from like the late 90s or mid late 90s, so the quality is bad and it got scanned. And this was the first portrait of Bob Marley, unfinished, done in blue, the joint left out. You said beautiful child painting. I can see why they wanted that photo. I thought it was a terrible photo. I'm like painting it the whole time, like sleeping kid. I guess it kind of fits me because I don't. I guess I don't like doing the usual. You said northeast, yeah. Roseville, they have a Blix, a Dick Blix store there where I usually go when I go to Minnesota to get stuff there, or Edina. So yeah, I know Roseville. Used to skate Roseville a lot when I was a kid. Me and my friends would go there and skate. Where's my other portraits? Oh, this was a commission portrait when I moved here. Another baby pic, and they wanted the text. This picture is a early pic where I didn't have all the text filled in, so you could see part of it. Oh, that background and the text took me forever because I had to change it so much. But again, the photos compressed and stuff digitally, so it's all kind of weird. But it didn't turn out too bad. But they wanted this passage. I don't know if it was a Bible passage. I think so. You are the salt of the earth. But what good is salt if it has lost its flavor? Can you make it salty again? It will be thrown out and trampled underfoot as worthless. You are the light of the world, like a city on a hilltop that cannot be hidden. No one lights a lamp and then puts it under a basket. Instead, a lamp is placed on a stand where it gives light to every everyone in the house. In the same way, let your good deeds shine out for all to see, so that everyone will praise your heavenly Father. I like the outfit. How I painted the outfit. Wasn't too contrasty, but again, working from photo. Yeah, most everything is from photo. I haven't really had a live sitter before. I don't have some coworkers of my wife. I did their portrait, but I don't know if it's added in here. Oh, this was the other mural. I don't think it was in my mural folder, but this was a mural I did here in 2019 for a graffiti event. I was invited, even though I wasn't like not really a graffiti artist, though I've done some graffiti in my time. How much do you charge for a dog portrait? Depends on how big you want it, Tim. But I got to make it worth my while. I mean, I'm not going to go insanely crazy, but it depends on the size. I mean, it could be like a $250 portrait, which would be kind of on the uh, smaller size, not like an 8 by 10, but I don't know. It could be like somewhere around 11 by 14, a bit bigger than that. I know that's kind of cheap. Some people would be like, you should charge $500 or $1,500. And it's like, I can do those things in my sleep. Painting from pictures, I can do that shit in my sleep. That's why I don't feel like it's not a huge challenge. Like, oh, but it could take me a month. Plus, it depends on the photo. Good reference. It's not gonna be a very good picture. I had somebody give me they wanted they wanted a picture of their girlfriend, her fiance's father, and her together, but the two pictures he didn't have they weren't they weren't that high of a resolution, so things were kind of blurry. So I was like, I don't know if I could do this because I started it and I'm like, there's not enough detail. It would have to be super soft. So maybe yeah, it's variable. It's always variable. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if you have a number you want to throw out there based on size and all that. You can let me know. Or um, I don't know if you have my Instagram. It's connected to my YouTube. It's in the links. You can always uh, you can message me there and send me a picture, and I could take a look at it. It depends on how you want it rendered too, because if it's you want it looser or highly detailed, the more detail, the more time I'm gonna have to spend on it. So it could cost a little bit more, but I would say for a smaller to medium size, 250, maybe four. I don't know, 250. I mean, I just finished that still life piece. That was an 8 by 10. Finished that in about 11 hours. So if I focused, put all my focus into finishing it, it could get done pretty quickly. But you let me know, Tim. So many variables, yes. How many inches is a medium sized painting roughly? Well, I say I consider like a 3 foot by 4 foot small large painting, but that could be a large medium sized painting. So somewhere between 18, a 16 by 20 to maybe a 36 by 48 would be, I would consider kind of medium. 16 by 20 is a pretty decent size. It also depends on the photo. If there's like, do you have background? 3 foot. Yeah, for some people who haven't worked huge, 3 foot by 4 foot is big. But like I said, that's for me, that's like a large, medium size piece. Because anything bigger than 3 foot by 4 foot is large. Because I have paintings that are like 5 by 7, 5 by 6. And again, I've done the murals. I've done so many large scale murals that um, 3 foot by 4 foot doesn't seem uh, big to me. Plus, it's easier to work bigger. 16 by 20 is perfect. Yeah, I would say about 250. 250 depends on if you just want the pet or the pet and background. Because background always adds more time and effort into the piece. Like I said, you could shoot me a picture, the photo, on my Instagram or message me on Instagram. I don't know if you could do that on YouTube. I mean, you could post it in the community page or on the community page. My buddy and his wife never had kids, so they treat their dog like a child. Okay. That's who this painting would be for? I mean, for some people, a 16 by 20 could be pretty big. So it depends. Like I said, for me, that's like a small, medium size. And then anything below that starts to become small for me. You don't have Instagram? I think my Gmail address, or is it should be in. Let's see. I think my Gmail address is in my list of links too. I want to say. Hold on. Where's YouTube? Oh, I guess it's not in there. If you want, Tim, you could take it down. If you have a pen and something to write on, I can. Well, here, I'll just put it in the that way you can see it. Uh, no worry, Tim. It's in the chat. You can just copy it down from the chat if you want, or copy and paste it. Excuse me. You were born in '73. Hey, what month? Mine's July, so I just turned 53. Why does this seem? I need to make these highlights a little more subtle. Maybe not so much. August. Oh, okay. So your birthday's coming up. Happy early birthday. Yeah, I just had my birthday 11 days ago on the 15th. If you do send it, just let me know when you sent it, because I don't get alerts on my from my emails. But I can always check it later, unless you want to discuss it in the chat. But let's see. I did a couple dog portraits, but they were here. I don't know if I have them. They were cubist dog portraits. Where is it? A friend of mine had me do two at different times. This was the first one I did. Very stylized. Kind of cubist, but kind of neo cubist. Maybe synthetic cubist. Uh, More synthetic cubist like. Where's the other one? Did I put it in here? Man, there's like tons of paintings that are missing out of my portfolio here. Or it's just not in a very good order. Really? It's not in here? It's that one. It's got to be in here. It's just probably overlooking it. Oh, of course. This doesn't have nothing in it. Paintings. This was an early version. Artwork. Available artwork. Oh, did I get rid of all of that? Why are all these missing? Oh, I remember. I remember. Because my iPad crashed and my iPad had crashed. So this doesn't have anything. I don't know. I started putting together that portfolio. I don't know if it's in this library of photos. I thought I did have it somewhere. It was done before that. Done before that. Hey, Ralphie. Thank you for your art. Hey, you get to see some of it. You're a great. Talking to Ralphie. Okay. Good morning, Ralphie. I need to wait until next payday. I spent too much on vacation. No worries, Tim. I'm uh, I'm usually not. I'm pretty easygoing when it comes to that type of stuff. But I don't know. I can't find. I'm assuming you want more of a realist looking picture and not my cubist stuff. Ralphie says, "I'm thinking of doing ASMR this time. What do you think, Boss Omizu? Would you agree?" So basically, not talking. I'll sound. Would you be able to? Would you be able to resist from talking, Ralphie? I've done these type of portraits. Oh wait, where is it? Is it in here? Oh man, I thought I saw it, but it wasn't quite with those pictures. Time is it 6:14? I thought my wife was gonna be off the phone. You would talk, yeah. I don't think I could do it. I'd end up like starting to hum or something, then I'd forget and then start talking. Well, I don't know. No, too many photos. Too many photos. This was one I did for a buddy of mine, a graffiti artist. And there's this guy on Instagram. He's always taking photos of trains. And I can't remember if my friend picked this one out or if I picked it out. I really liked it. It was kind of low light. I think I picked it out. And I think the guy said okay, it was okay to use his photo. Or he was cool with it. So yeah, yeah. I mean, if they're into that kind of work, some people aren't. But if you have a sense of their kind of taste or aesthetic, maybe they wouldn't mind. Because I told my friend that's what I would do, and he was fine with it. Yeah, working from photos, I'm like the human Xerox, like so many artists, human Xerox machines. Yeah, but this one's very low light. I really like this one because of the low light. But I don't see that paint. Oh, here's another portrait I did. This one's okay. It's my wife's coworkers. I think they had this was from their vacation or trip to Hawaii. It's kind of impressionistic. I want to say. I feel like most of my portraits are that way. This was my very first plein air painting. It's of a park in Minneapolis. You see the St. Mary's Basilica in the background. And then this might have been done late 90s or very early 2000, probably 2000. Nah, it must have been late 90s because I think I was working at the cooperative grocery store when I did this one. The light kept changing, so things kept changing in this painting. It's kind of dark, and it's a very terrible photo, but that's one of my only plein air paintings. Tim is back. Yeah, I have some terrible portraits, some mostly decent portraits. Yeah, I cannot find that picture. It's not on here. Instagram kind of more more. Yeah, maybe got to go to the website. I don't even think I have the finished photo. Yeah, it's like details of it. I remember. It's not even the full picture. I don't know if where I posted that one. This was a portrait I did for my brother's wife of her kids. And then my brother's dog, current dog, which is the guy on the left with the brown. And then their siblings and siblings. Um, it's coming up, yeah. There's a detail of it. This was a portion of it when I was painting it. I thought, yeah, this too. This is a little detail. Like, oh, I'm gonna be cool and show some details. This was the face of the dog. A lot of light glare. But man, I don't know where the full painting went. I don't know where else I would find it. How would a cubed dog end up? That's a good question. It depends on the picture that I work from. So I would do like a preliminary drawing from the photograph, and it wouldn't be like, oh, I'm going to cube up this photograph. I would use the photograph as just like a loose reference to kind of almost like how a caricaturish would do something, but then I kind of cubist it out, cubistically render it. I mean, that would be a lot more fun for me to do than just copy a photograph. But again, it depends. I could do the photograph much looser, so it's like impressionistic. You've seen some of my work. I could pretty much mimic a particular style. I probably would have made a great uh, uh, forgery artist. Forger, Folgers. I'm gonna draw, but I'm not gonna talk. The sounds of my pencil and other art materials will just be heard while I'm finishing a portrait. Yeah, just put a mic right up there to the drawing surface. Get it right up in there. That would have to include not singing. You wouldn't be able to sing. I don't think that counts as ASMR if you start singing. Hold on, guys. I think my wife's trying to get a hold of me. I'm gonna put you on mute. All right, guys, the wife's off. Google the dog breed of Bouvier de Flanders, please. All right, let's see. So I don't necessarily need their a picture of their dog, um, but it helps when it comes to coloration or pattern. Whoops. Bouvier de Flanders dog. Flandres. Oh, okay. Black, brindle, salt and pepper, fawn, black, brown, gray. Let's see. Images. Man, it's getting cold in here. That's what kind of dog they have. Or is there as black or fawn or what? Brindle. He's the white with black face one. White with black face. Like he's all white or he's spotted. Oh, like this. It's kind of a mix. That's not black face though. It's not rolling with the black face. White dog, black face. You don't have an actual picture of their dog though? I guess if I'm, but it does kind of help because there's certain characteristics of that specific dog that I could use because all of these are kind of like this. Whoops. At the top left. Hold on. At the very top. Very, very top. This one. It's kind of like tannish, but that's not bad. Yes, I'll send you a picture through the email. Definitely do that because then it definitely helps because I can personalize it. I can use this as generic reference, but then I could kind of personalize it based on their dog. Oh, second to top. Hold on. This one or this one? This is fawn colored. This looks like a little tiny guy. This photo is not the best because the resolution is small. Hold on. Kind of like a sheepdog schnauzer like. I don't know. It's kind of the vibe I'm getting. Sheepdog schnauzer. Sheepy schnauz. Oh, here's one. Kind of has got a mix of gray and tan. You get the gist, yeah. It's got, yeah. It's almost like reminds me of a large schnauzer with fur because of the ears, but the ears are kind of, I guess, tiny. Face, the snout isn't that squared off. Yeah, if you want to send the photo, I could see what I can do. And you said you want it kind of stylized, built like a bear. Built like a bear. The black is different on each face. This one, what did they chop his ears or his ears down? It's hard when the photo is tiny. Yeah, a lot of the photos aren't fucking very good. And the haircuts. So is this it? Without all the fur on the face and the body? It's like Great Dane Schnauzer mixed with something hairy and fluffy. This. uh, See, the pose would be the thing. Straight on pics, not, I don't know. It doesn't really stand out. Licensable. This guy is pretty fluffy. Only dog I've ever been scared of, really. Oh yeah, this one doesn't make make him look friendly. He's like the great white shark of dogs. He's a Cujo's friend. Those dogs look all different. Large dogs, yeah. This one has the ears seem all floppy compared to others. Are those? Does that mean these are clipped? They clip the ears. That makes them look less schnauzer-ish. Like this one kind of has that. I didn't mean to click on that, but that's a small photo. It's like Wolfman Jack. Yeah, the one with the attack dog. I could do something like that, Tim. How long would it take to do a cube 16 by 20 painting? His name is Zeus. Uh, ooh, do you need it right away? Because I gotta finish. I gotta finish this. Um, these book spreads. So that would I could I could do it like a sketch, no background, just Zeus cubed. If it's just a dog, you want like a flat background, like a flat color, or I can do a simple like graded single color grade or flat, no time issues. It could possibly take me once if I don't have anything that I have to worry about. It could take me 2 to 4 weeks. You can take months. I don't think I would need months, but it could possibly take me 2 to 4 weeks because I would spend probably most of the time building the sketch of the image, but then painting it. I don't think would take more than a couple weeks. It could be shorter than that. Depends on how much free time I have between the job, the day job, and what I'm doing outside of that. I could I could uh, either live stream it or record it. I'd have to set up some cameras. I'd probably have to do it close to the computer here to if I was going to do a recording of it and not live stream. I mean, yeah, I would probably definitely do that. I mean, that's kind of part of the thing nowadays is like document what you do. Hey, Kate, welcome. I'm doing well, Kate. How are you? Um, but yeah, send me the photo. I gotta jump off here real quick. My wife has some projects for me to do. I need to clean our bedroom walls. I guess the cat hair is collected. Time to clean the walls. She wants me to Swiffer the walls, so I gotta do that. Shipping included and frame. Um, do you want a simple frame? Cause the only frame I really know how to do is a floater frame, which means it's a simple box frame where the painting looks like it floats in it. So there's probably like a quarter inch of space around the frame and in between the frame and the painting. Um, other than that, if it's to be a fancy frame, I would say maybe. Okay, you're only joking about the frame. I can't, like I said, I can do the simple floater frame. Not a big deal. Um, Shipping included. No, Tim, you're paying for the shipping. I'm not paying for the shipping. It probably wouldn't be. It probably wouldn't be more than $15. I'm guessing, unless it's international. Does it look cool? Um, I don't know if I have any pictures of. Hold on a second. I think I have these cropped so they don't show. Where is it? I don't think they show the frame. Where is it? Yeah, all these ones have floater frames on them, but they're cropped out. Um, Hold on a second. How did you get in here? No, I'm talking to somebody. They are requesting a commission, so just kind of need to dust these off. It doesn't necessarily have to be black. It could just be wood colored, like a clear stain or something. It could be stained. This is what I mean. Let's see. I don't know if you could see the space between the painting. There you go. How the light hits it. There's like a space between the painting. And so it's a frame and then the side panels. It's real simple. But yeah, and it just floats in it. If it was a fancier style frame. I would have to figure out how to do it because I've never done those type of frames, but I probably could do it. But then again, it's like it might not be the style frame they want. Cool with the phone, yeah, because it, it's it protects the painting at least on the sides. I could make it stick out farther, and you might be able to put glass, but then now you're like looking at UV glass. I would have to. Hmm, I could figure it out, but yeah, it's a simple frame, and they can always just I screw it from the back. I didn't countersink these, but it goes right into the frame of the piece. Oh, also canvas width. You have these regular ones. They're about half inch to 3/4 inch, and they're the kind of smallest side. And then you have gallery wrapped, so you got about 1.5 inch thickness. That means then the frame side panels have to be bigger. Or you could just, if I do gallery wrapped, you can always display it like just without a frame, and then they can get their own frame if they want. Beautiful. I'm going to do the same when I get a saw. I love it. It looks great in the frame. Yeah, I've been fortunate enough. A good friend of mine gave me an old small miter saw, electric miter saw, and I just basically use it to make stretcher frames, and then these I can do. I haven't tried to do fancy frames at all. But yeah, if you're cool with the floater frame, Tim, I would just tack on a little bit for the materials, but not necessarily. I don't. I'm not worried about the time, just materials. So it could go from 250 to like 350 maybe. I don't think the wood material would be that much, but um, let's see. I'd probably do it on good canvas. I'd probably build, and stretch the canvas because I hate the pre-stretch canvas unless it's like one of those nicer gallery wrapped. I could order it too. Uh, Cubed painting. Where did I put that one? I have this cat one. I did something like this, or I wish I had the other one because there's one did of my friend's dog where he's sitting in a chair. This is the chair without the crown, not the coloration though. Um, oh, here it is. Duh, right here. I'd probably do it kind of like this. It's a little bit colorful, more colorful I feel than the other one, but there's some grayscale stuff going on in it. I wouldn't say it would be exactly like this, but I mean it could be more. I can make it more analytical cubist. I would say this is more synthetic, where I build it versus like, oh, what is it? Yeah, you have a different vision, kind of like, let's see, cubist painting. More like this. Whoops. More like that. Because this is more analytical cubist pieces. Why can't I show it bigger? Like this. That's more of the analytical cubism. This is synthetic. These are either Picasso or Braque paintings. That's more synthetic, where you kind of build the piece up. Yeah, like these. These are older. That's analytical cubist pieces. Can you do Zeus like your Andy Warhol? Oh, chop it up? Yeah, I could do that. Take the photo and chop it up. However you want it. Oh wow, I'm blown away. That's awesome dog in the chair. Thank you. Click on pictures. Omizu. Yeah, I was clicking on pictures. Um, Surprised that one was there, and now I can't find the other one. What happened to the other one? Oh, this is a little bit more toned down, but yeah, however you want me to do it, Tim. I can, if you want me to chop it up and do it like that, like this. I can take the photo and do the mock-up, and I could send it to you, and you know, you can approve whatever. If you like it or not, just figure out you know, what needs to be done, you approve it, and I'll paint it. I wouldn't just like blindside you with something unless that's what you were looking for. But yeah, would you want it grayscaled like that or colored? I mean, I can make the squares smaller or larger. The smaller it gets, the harder it starts to become to render. But I can do it, especially like a 16 by 20. I think these are inch squared inch squares, whereas my 18 by 24 they might be 2 inch squares. I could vary the squares too. But you let me know, Tim. Email me. I gotta get off and take care of my wife's like, what are you doing? Hey, Rubbernecker, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. I didn't get a whole lot done on my um, page, but we're getting the trees. I need to back off on the yellow a little bit more, but I think we're getting there. I'm gonna do a third farther away row of trees, but they'll be way more simplified, not so sawtoothy, and they'll be very faint in the background. Then we gotta do grass, either grass up to the shoreline with very little shore showing, Water, path. Oh, shoot. I forgot. My wife hates the name Rubbernecker LMAO. She said it's like having the name of a non-returner of cards. Yeah, Kate, I think you're besides Rome Dog, you're my only mod. Well, there's one other, but that person doesn't really. I don't think they come around on YouTube much anymore. No one like a rubbernecker, says my wife. uh, all right, y'all. I gotta go. Tim, let me know. Email me. I'll be back on again tomorrow. So sometime if you want to continue this, or um, I can play with the photo you send. Either I can do the chop up thing, corrupted portrait thing, or uh, or a kind of cubist thing, or I don't know, whatever. Not everyone thinks it's funny. All right, guys. Thanks for joining. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll shout out people. Thank you, Dot Goddess, Sabrina Suburban Garden, Elisa Smith. Thank you for stopping through and subbing. Thank you, Tim. LOL. Thank you to myself. Thank you, Ralphie Draws. Have a good evening. And thank you, Kate, our only mod in the chat. Thank you, Rubbernecker. And I think that was pretty much it for people. Rubbernecker says I return my cards. All right, y'all. Take care. Thanks again for joining. I'm putting it on the end screen and we'll sign off. All right. Have a wonderful day, evening, morning, afternoon, middle of the night, wherever you're at in the world. And until next time, bye for now, y'all. I see Rubbernecker differently now. LOL. Peace, everybody.